As mentioned earlier and alluded, I'm from the Bay Area, so this is real exciting time for me coming back home. I think one of the assets of that is I know and I appreciate the rich tradition of football in the Bay Area, and not even venturing into the player part, but from a coaching standpoint. What we have at San Jose State with Coach Vermeil, part of our history, Coach Bill Walsh, a part of our history, just to name a third of many more, Bob Lattiser across the Bay, what he did at De La Salle, probably three of the greatest coaches at the professional and the high school level are from the Bay Area. Cal and their rich history, Stanford and their rich history, and then going back, Santa Clara with Buck Shaw, Terry Malley, St. Mary's, and what they did in the 20s and their great teams, USF and their undefeated seasons in the 50s. So this is a rich gathering of football, and it's concentrated. And you'd be hard-pressed to go around the country and find a more concentrated and better group of football and from coaching standpoint than what you've seen in the history of the Bay Area. And to me, it's real exciting to be a part of that. Real exciting. It took a lot to come home. We had a nice situation where we were, but a chance to come home and be a part of this program that's on the uprise, that finished with a nice season last year, a top 25 ranking, and carry some of that momentum into the upcoming season. Our players know. We talked about 2012. We know the history of our program. There's been some challenges. There have been some great times, too, as alluded to with the coaches and the players that have been in our program. One season doesn't mean you've arrived. We know that. Back in January, our first team meeting, I addressed entitlement and complacency. Those are two cancers in a program that can nip a successful program from continuing on. They understand it. They have taken to heart the plan, the strategy for continued success, and I just can't wait to get things started going for us. The players are, like I said, had a great summer and worked hard and did so. My philosophy as a coach, being an ex-quarterback, I do love to throw the football, but truth be known, I want the heart and soul of our football team to be in the trenches. I want the offensive linemen to have that demeanor, creating movement and a physical style to play, and I want our defensive linemen to get after the quarterback, put pressure on them, and stop the opposing run. So a little bit of my philosophy. I'm real excited about leading this program as we go forward. I talked about into the Mountain West Conference, but with that comes a bigger challenge. San Jose State is stepping up, and we know there'll be more challenges across the board in the Mountain West. And with that, I want to reach out to our alums, San Jose State alums. I want to reach out to the San Jose community. I want to reach out to the South Bay area, the Silicon Valley. We need you. Our program needs your support. Our program needs you in Spartan Stadium. Our team is Spartan strong, and we need the San Jose community to be Spartan proud and come out and support this football team. We've got some guys that can make some plays. We got a team that plays hard, and I'm excited to lead this pride. More importantly, the culture of our program, more importantly than wins, is excellence. Excellence in the classroom, excellence when we go out in the community, and excellence on the practice field. Because as to quote John Wooden, who's had a big influence on my life with my background, you take care of the process, the desired end results usually comes. And our team is going to be a process-oriented team. Day in and day out, we'll battle, we'll compete, and then, come Saturday, chips fall where they may be. But we're going to play hard and get after it. But real excited about this opportunity. I want to thank everyone for putting this day together. It's a chance to further brand our name, our program. We're going to be on national television 6 times this year. That's more than San Jose State's ever been on national television. So it's a great platform, great stage for people to learn about Spartan football and what we do. But thanks again for inviting me. It's good to be here.
All right, so Kevin, we've seen the coaches, we've seen the players. Coach Caragher talked a lot about the history today.
You know, he really did, and it was fun. You know, talked about Coach Malley being the head coach at Santa Clara, went all the way back to USF, and you can tell he's a Bay Area guy, really loves the game of football, and the energy in the room today was great. Of course, you've got the new coach at University of California, Berkeley. He had some good things to say about the Bay Area and his experiences here, and then, of course, David Shaw rounding things out for the Stanford Cardinal. Of course, he's the elder statesman, if you will, and he's only been on the job 2 years.
Well, you got to be excited about the hype that San Jose State's receiving. It's something that's different for this program, and it's something that this program needed. It's on a rise, and this hype is going to help.
It really is. And, you know, last year you make the trip up to this event, and you're talking about, you know, the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl, and you're having that discussion about San Jose State in a bowl game, and you knew the players believed it, and you just kind of wondered, okay, can they get there? And boy, get there they did. They went 11-2. You know, the discussion today with Travis and Noel talking about how do you take that energy from an 11-2 season and transfer that into the 2013 season. And of course, head coach Ron Caragher also very aware of where things need to go to stay on track.
And Travis Raciti's been able to set the bar higher for himself. He had such a great freshman year. He backed it up with the sophomore season that just was spectacular. And he was mentioning just the work ethic getting involved to going into his third year.
Well, yeah, and you know, we talked with Travis a little bit about just the conditioning. And last year, that was a huge positive for San Jose State. Previous years, a lot of guys would go down with injuries that were related to conditioning. And boy, last year, the injuries that occurred had really nothing to do with being out of shape. Therefore, fewer players injured. If you've got fewer players injured, you're going to play better football. And it sounds like they're right on track. New strength coach in place with Coach Uribe, and they seem very excited about this 2013 year.
Well, as a former player yourself, this time of the season or this time of the year, you're just about to start fall practice, you're at the media day, you're getting all this attention. How is it as a player?
You know, I think it doesn't change for me every year right around the 1st of August, right? You don't sleep well because you're thinking about you want to get started, you know. And these guys seem real confident. You know, they've been there, done that. You know, this senior class for San Jose State, you have to remember they opened up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They play a little bit of football down in the SEC.
Just a bit.
Yeah, and then backed it up, made a trip to Madison, Wisconsin, had a pretty darn good showing there, ran into a buzzsaw at Utah that year. They had a really great team. And you think about learning football by going 1-12 against the best of the best, and then able to transition to that 11-2 season and really get it done last year in the bowl game in a transitional period between Coach McIntyre and Coach Caragher. And it really, you know, it really shows you that these guys realize they play for each other, they play as a team, and they've got to be in shape to do that. And I really think they'll be on track as we get things going with Sac State on the 29th.
The experience is definitely going to be there. Practice starts August 1st. We're 1 month away from kickoff Sac State. You can still get your tickets at sjsuspartans.com. For Kevin Richardson, Justin Allegri from the 2013 Bay Area Football Media Day. So long.